will help you make peace with whatever you are currently going through so you can climb out of your depression and feelings of hopelessness. So strategy number 1, change your mindset. Changing your mindset to a positive one is the most important aspect of your transformation. You can't be moping around the house for days and be depressed. Sure, you can do that for a couple of days, but that's it. How do you do it? If you hated the job you lost or hate the job you are in, reevaluate what you are doing. I will get another job. One shitty door closes and a better one opens. I had to pivot 3 times in my life. When I was 24 and I lost my job, the next day my father died. Talk about a shitty couple of days. Result, I ended up with an IT business where I was my own boss and I made millions of dollars. And then when I was 48, I lost my son, and then 18 months later, I was out of a job. I'm not making this shit up. But that led me to the next door which opened, that led me to a life of health and wellness coaching, which unfortunately didn't pay the bills. So then I had to pivot again when I was 50 years old. And that's when I started going down this path of getting a license to become a therapist. If you have a positive mindset, you will open better doors. You can't do that stuck in bed and feeling sorry for yourself. It took me most of my life to find my purpose, and when I was put on this planet to do it, 56 years old. When your mind tells you to give up, that is when you tell it to shut up. Strategy number 2, get your financial house in order. This means that while you are job hunting and thinking about what you want to do for the rest of your life, preserve capital. File for unemployment the second you lose your job. If you were terminated, file for unemployment anyway and let your former employee deal with it. Preserve capital, which means not to spend money that you don't have. Yes, you have to cut things out. That means not having an $8 cup of coffee every day, because you need to start generating income fast. So you cut back on as much as you can, streaming, memberships, anything that you don't need to survive. If you have a lot of credit cards, that is a problem. So consolidate if you can, one that has a 0% introductory rate. You can Google that. If that is not an option, Google credit card debt consolidation. I'll put a couple of links in the notes below. You shouldn't be paying outrageous fees for these as well. If you don't or can't do either of these, then pay the minimum monthly payments. I know that 28% is crippling, but this is another learning opportunity about finances that we can and can't control in this world. If you have a rainy day fund, it is pouring, so use it. If you are completely tapped out of cash and you don't have an IRA or retirement account, or if you do have an IRA account or a 401k account, it's time to cash out some of that to survive. Yes, you will pay penalties, but that is less stressful than not having money to pay rent, mortgage, or for food. And then health insurance. If you lost your job, check with your local state agencies to see what you qualify for if you are unemployed. Typically, COBRA plans offered by former employers are a bag of shit and not worth it. Strategy number 3, start looking for a temporary job. You have to start generating income really, really quickly. Starting a YouTube channel or becoming a social media influencer is not going to work in the short term unless you have some magic. If you lost your job or you want to quit, start looking for a lifeboat before you quit. If you hate what you are doing, you have to suck it up, because it does take some time to reinvent yourself. For me, it took almost 7 years to finish, going from $38,000 a year to 6 figures. Your goal is to get whatever job you can so you can start dedicating time to what you really want to do in life. You can't do this if you are stressed out about paying your bills. If you need to get 2 jobs, that is what's called for. Remember, my saying is, every situation in life is temporary, good or bad. So go with the flow, but have a job while you're flowing and tell yourself, this is just temporary until I am a successful YouTuber or fill in the blank, whatever your dream job is. Strategy number 4, find some support. Finding someone to help you on your journey is important. If you have an awesome partner, then ask them for advice and support. If your partner is a tool, then take a look at some of my relationship videos. This journey takes a lot of energy, mental strength, and resilience. That is why a lot of people in this world are miserable, because they are stuck and they fear what is on the other side of uncertainty, especially when careers come into play. They would rather be miserable because it is safe, but playing it safe is no way to live a life. If you want to get the most out of your life, you have to take chances. So find a therapist, a coach, a friend, a parent, a sibling. The key here is is that they cannot be judgmental or negative, because you will either want to strangle them or they will make you feel hopeless, because most likely they are stuck in a life situation that they hate and they don't want to see you grow. Strategy number 5, finding your purpose. So many people get this wrong because they are searching for their purpose, and it is not that easy to find. Why? Because it finds you. When I was in my 20s, I loved computers, but as I grew older, what I loved about computers was more than computers. It was the people I was making connections with. Making connections, talking to business owners about their challenges, that's what filled me up inside. And with each job I had along the way, I grew closer and closer to what I was put on this planet to do, and that is being a therapist and helping people. So long story short, ask yourself what you have liked about the jobs in your past and start dipping your toes in those relevant waters. I started volunteering, helping parents, and found my stepping stones that way. Yes, starting over does suck. The rewards and fulfillment can be tremendous, and this means that you will sometimes have to work for little or no money as you build experience on this new career path. If it happens to be YouTube, then start doing some research on stuff that interests you and take it from there. Remember, you have nothing but time as long as you have a job, and hating that temporary job will give you the motivation to put into building your side hustle when all you want to do is binge watch Netflix and be depressed. Bonus time here. Strategy number 6, practice self-care. The first rule of self-care is to stop bullying yourself. And what that means is stop the negative self-talk. We are the best bullies of ourselves because we know the exact buttons to push. Think. You are an amazing human being. And like us all, we all make mistakes. Unless you're a serial killer and watching this, which makes me think about your current career path and what a career change would look like for you. So if you are not a serial killer, those mistakes you made are just learning opportunities for lessons you needed to learn in life. So say, after you made this mistake, that was interesting, and look at what I learned from that mistake, or poor choice. All serial killers excluded. Start doing more of what you love. I would advise moving, not exercise or working out, just moving. Go on YouTube and Google cardio walking workouts. That workout helped me lose 40 COVID pounds 3 years ago. Read more books, go on walks, do yoga. I find yoga very painful, and I had to give it up. Maybe it was because my wife and I used to drink White Russians and smoke cigarettes before our sessions, but it wasn't that. It was that it was hot yoga. That's why we didn't like it. And with self-care will come ideas, reflections, and things you probably never thought of before that will help you on your journey to reinventing yourself and starting over so you can be happier in life. If you like this video, or if you have a specific question about another topic, please add a comment below. If you like it, subscribe. If you're interested in getting more support on your journey in life, please follow me.